Hello everyone, and welcome to the Quick2Cart webinar sponsored by CloudAccess.net. Quick2Cart is a super flexible and social e-commerce shopping cart solution with multi-vendor, multi-store, and JOM social integration. You'll be able to empower your users to create and manage their own products and collect commissions on each transaction, and you can also integrate Quick2Cart with JOM Social and create coupons, things like that. All things you're going to learn about today in the Quick2Cart webinar. Now, my name is Bernie, and I will be your host and moderator. I work for CloudAccess.net, and we are the host of the official demo Joomla trial site at demo.joomla.org. You can launch free and unlimited 30-day trials of Joomla through our platform. Each demo trial is active again for 30 days, and you can upgrade to a paid hosting package at any point in time. Now, if you want to reach out to me, you can tweet at me at CloudAccess during the presentation, or you can find that GoToMeeting slide out question area. You can post a question to either myself or to Parth, who is going to be your presenter. Now, Parth is the CEO of TechJoomla, and he's very involved in marketing and things like that, but he loves to get dirty with the code as well. And he is, again, the CEO of TechJoomla. He has been involved in the Joomla project as part of the Joomla Bug Squad team, the Joomla Summer of Code team, and he is plays a key role in managing the Joomla user group in Pune, India. And that's where he is joining us from today. It's about 7:30 p.m. there in Pune. And so, Parth, I'm going to go ahead and say good evening to you.
Hi, guys. Good morning, good evening, depending on wherever you are.
Yeah, and I'm in northern Michigan, so I'm going to say good morning. And if you want to let us know where you're from, that'd be just fine. Let us know where you're attending from today. And now, just a little bit about TechJoomla. They are a great company. They come highly recommended from CloudAccess.net. And they are behind dozens of very popular extensions available in the Joomla community. Now, Parth today, again, is going to talk about Quick2Cart and multi-vendor support, multi-store support, CCK integration, JOM social integration, product attributes, multiple currency support, and much more. And again, please do stick around for a Q&A session at the very end of the presentation. Parth is going to stick around for some questions and answers. You can post those again to me using that GoToMeeting slide out question area, or on Twitter at CloudAccess. Now, you can also send a message to Parth directly at TechJoomla as well. Jeff is letting us know that he's attending from the Philippines. Welcome, Jeff. And Ryan is attending from Los Angeles. Ryan got up pretty early this morning. Thanks for joining us, Ryan. Now, just a reminder, I am recording this webinar. It will be available later today on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/CloudAccess. I'll show you how to access this and many of our other free webinars and tutorials when Parth is done with his presentation. Anne Marie is attending from Syracuse, New York, and I'm going to go ahead and pass the presentation over to you now. Parth, are you ready?
I am. Thanks. So, hello everyone, and this is Parth, and I have Dipti and Vidyasagar with me, and we'll be taking you through Quick2Cart, which is a very flexible e-commerce solution for Joomla, and it comes in many avatars, as you will see, and you'll be able to build really flexible e-commerce solutions for it. So whether you are a developer, end user, or an integrator, I promise you that this presentation will have something for everybody. So just something quickly about TechJoomla. So we are one of the popular Joomla extension development companies in the world, and we have plenty of products like social ads, broadcast, InviteX, JBolo, Gmail alerts, email beautify, to name a few. And you can visit techjoomla.com for more information about any of these products. Now, coming to today's session, that's going to be about Quick2Cart, which is our flexible e-commerce solution for Joomla. And we have a great offer for all the attendees today. If you use the discount code CAWEB20, you'll get 20% off all the extensions on the Joomla site for the next 48 hours. So Just note that code again, CAWEB 20. So for those of you who are familiar with Quick2Cart, there's plenty more that Quick2Cart than meets the eye, as you will see going forward in this webinar. So the first question, there's plenty of e-commerce carts around Joomla today. Why do we have to have one more cart? So we have been doing service projects for clients for almost 7 years using Joomla. Back then it used to be called Mambo. And we have seen that most systems are either too big or too small. They either lack flexibility. And in most cases, when we wanted to do something, we ended up hacking stuff left and right, and that's definitely not right. So from a development perspective, there was no real flexible solution allowing to sell anything and reduce code. So that's from a development perspective, and as I said, things were either pretty too big or too small for us to really use. So with Quick2Cart, we hope that we have come up with a solution that addresses the problems of end users as well as integrators and developers as well. So we hope that there'll be no more square pegs and round holes, and you can say bye-bye to those hammers. So let's see what is the Quick2Cart advantage. So like with all our other extensions, Quick2Cart is built with native Joomla MVC and has a very extensible and overrideable with a very strong developer API. It works with Joomla 2.5x as well as Joomla 3x and has some really good reviews on the JED as well. And as you will see as we go further in the presentation, that's just a bit of why I'm recommending that you use Quick2Cart for your next e-commerce project. So the first thing, as I said, it's neither too big nor too small. And as we like to say it, Quick2Cart is just right. Quick2Cart can scale and is as flexible as you need it to be. We have a very clear goal with each of our extensions, and with Quick2Cart, it was always about building a cart that had very useful features, less bloat, and lots of flexibility. And finally, a very fast checkout, because we have seen with our experience that having lengthy, long checkouts can lead to a lot of lost sales. And what good is a cart that doesn't get you lots of sales? So with Quick2Cart, we have tried to improve that. So Quick2Cart has quite a few avatars, as we like to call it. You can use Quick2Cart as a CCK cart, wherein you can extend Joomla, K2, Zoo, Flexi Content, and soon we'll be also supporting JSUB as well as Sobi Pro to convert these CCKs into a full-blown e-commerce system. So that's where the CCK cart avatar comes into picture. Then Quick2Cart also allows you to do a full social e-commerce system with your Joomla installation, and that's where social cart comes into picture. And then we also have a very extensive developer API that allows developers to extend Quick2Cart in various ways, and practically you can sell anything. You can just plug Quick2Cart's checkout on any kind of a flow that you might have, so that you don't have to build any of those things on your own. So let's get started with what Quick2Cart is all about. The first avatar that we want to look at is the CCK cart. So we believe that product management is handled really well by content construction kits, and there's really quite a few really good ones in Joomla today. There is Flexi Content, there is Zoo, there is K2, and we have a few more that we don't have on here and we don't integrate yet. People like JSUB and Sobi Pro also have done an awesome job with content construction kits, and we hope to integrate them soon as well. If you're not looking for a full-out CCK, you can also use Joomla's native product manager to handle your products, and Quick2Cart can take care of all the pricing and other stuff that needs to go in. So it's all about flexibility in having plenty of fields, searches, comparison, and more, and we believe that CCKs are the best bet to give you that. So let's find out how Quick2Cart can help you scale your favorite CCK to be an awesome e-commerce store. So just a quick slide about why we prefer CCKs to building our own product manager. Just to be clear, we also have a very basic product manager of our own, but we always recommend that if you're looking at building something really large, you're better off using a CCK than the native product manager. So with CCKs, you get the freedom of using any CCK of your choice. So some people might be more familiar with K2, while some might be more familiar with Zoo. So we don't really lock you into anything. You have the choice of using the CCK of your choice. Since products are basically content and CCKs give you this awesome flexibility of building your content, we believe it's a great tool to build products. Building a full-on product manager would have meant for us reinventing the wheel and redoing what the CCKs really do well anyways. So it didn't really make sense to build something else again and then call it a product manager when you could just use CCKs and plug into that. So with CCKs, we have seen that you can do really awesome stuff, like you could do product videos, product galleries, flexible fields. You could also do comparisons, and there's a lot. I mean, there's nothing really that you can't do with a CCK, because you basically are getting a content construction kit, and that's what a product is really about. So Quick2Cart adds the pricing and attribute options on top of any kind of a CCK. So once you have Quick2Cart integrated with Zoo or K2 or the likes of that, Quick2Cart brings in the product management options, rather the pricing options. So you can set the price, you can set up multiple attributes, you can set up attribute pricing, and all the attributes that basically impact price. So you can also do positive or negative pricing impacts, and that gives you a lot of flexibility in defining product pricing. The second thing that Quick2Cart adds on is a very clean and easy checkout. The focus has always been on making the checkout simple and easy to use. And in the recent versions, we have added a one-page checkout, which means that as soon as people have stuff in the cart, it's just about filling out one simple billing shipping form and they can check out in one go. So in case you want something really simple and you don't want to get into the trouble of using a CCK, and I'll be going on more about the CCKs when we look at the demo, and I'll be showing you how you can use Zoo or K2 or something like that to extend Quick2Cart, and once you see it hands-on, you will see how simple it is. And just in case you don't want to even go into using a CCK, Quick2Cart comes with its own native product manager, which has some basic standard fields like a SKU, product title, description, some basic category management, a multiple image upload, photo gallery, a product video which you can add via YouTube, and of course the product attribute support that it anyways have. So Ryan, are you guys able to hear me? I just wanted to check because I'm not sure if you can hear me fine. You can hear me fine?
Yes, we are. Audio, yep, audio is much improved today.
Perfect. Okay. Yep. Okay, cool. So I'll just continue. So yeah, so Quick2Cart basically gives you this native product manager in case you want to, in case you don't want to use the CCK integrations. Then there is the social cart angle, and this is really exciting because with social communications and peer interactions, which play a huge influence on how e-commerce works today, you can get started quickly with Quick2Cart and use our social e-commerce engine, where you can integrate with popular social networking tools like Jom Social, Easy Social, and Community Builder, and build your own multi-vendor, multi-store social e-commerce system. So as we like to say, get a slice of that pie and be ready to fly with Quick2Cart social features. So let's look at what they are. So under social integrations, what we have is that we give you activity stream integrations for activities like adding stores, products, and buying activities to go viral. So when you are in a social network and somewhere on Facebook you see a activity stream update that your friend has bought something, that kind of helps the product sale go viral. And if you have broadcast integration as well, where you have the Jom Social activity stream or the Easy Social activity stream working with Jom Social or Easy Social, then all these activities can also be synced to Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter. So with this kind of social integration, it can really help your product sales go viral, and we definitely integrate doing this whether you're using the full social integration or not. At least do the activity stream integration. Then we also do profile displays for stores and products. So each of your users can do store and product displays right off their profile, and start selling products from their profile. So your profile can get converted to a full-on e-commerce store. Then we also do messaging and notification integrations with social extensions. So whenever a buyer buys a product, then for example, the store owner will get a Jom Social notification that the person has brought a product, and he can then engage with the user if required. So let's take a look at a few screenshots as to how it looks. So as you'll see here that Manny has just bought Thai chopsticks from the store, bamboo and wood products, and all this is linked up, which means that all this virality is going to get you more traffic to your store. And as I told you earlier, that if you have broadcast from TechJoomla, then these activities can also be synced to Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter. So that can add quite a lot of more value addition. So here you see an example where a product buy has been pushed to the activity stream. Here is a new store getting added, getting pushed to the activity stream, and finally here you have a product addition getting pushed to the activity stream. So in case of Jom Social, Easy Social, we also do menu integration. So you have your own store menu if you have Easy Social or Jom Social. Then this is an example of the profile displays. So these are, in case of Jom Social, these are modules, and in case of Easy Social, we have Easy Social apps that let you show stores and products of your profile. And that gives you a lot of flexibility in showing things right on the profile, because that's the primary place where users basically browse in a social network. We also have a JLike integration. So JLike is another TechJoomla product which you can use to basically add likes and dislikes to your site, and it also integrates with Jom Social. So all this is very tightly integrated in case you are looking for building a social e-commerce solution. So now's the exciting part. So with multi-vendor, in multi-vendor mode, Quick2Cart also supports multi-store, which means that you can create multiple stores with the same Quick2Cart instance. And when you have multi-vendor on, each user can have multiple stores. So let's look at how that works. So let's look at how the multi-vendor mode works and how the commissions work. So this is a small chart that shows you how Quick2Cart in multi-vendor mode would work. So here you are multiple vendors, or each of your user can be a store owner or vendor. Each of your vendor can have multiple stores. So you see this smiling guy has a shoe store, he has an electronics store, and he also has an apparel store. And he can have customers coming in from multiple stores and buy his products. Now the exciting thing for store admins and site owners is that the site can charge transaction fees on every that should be on every transaction that happens in the store. And if you look at this, that let's say this is your buyer and he's paying $100 for a piece of apparel, then a 10% commission can go on to the site owner or store owner. So that's how multi-store or multi-vendor would work. And basically, since we are splitting commissions, it means that the site can earn a whole lot of money on every commission on every transaction that goes off the site. So Ryan, I see you have a few questions. If you want me to pause, I can do that right now.
Okay, great. Yeah, we do have a couple questions showing up. Let's see. The first question was from Deb, and Deb posted, where does the inventory reside, in the CCK or the QTC? So I don't know if this is
I get that.
Okay.
Hi Deb. I hope you're doing fine. So with Quick2Cart, what happens is that all the product pricing and inventory is managed inside Quick2Cart tables, but the way it works is that we give you an interface inside the CCK to manage that. So I'll come to a slide a little bit ahead, which shows you how the interface looks. So all the product fields which are not really related directly to the cart, which means non-pricing fields and non-inventory fields, will be in the CCK, whereas anything that affects pricing and inventory will be in Quick2Cart. Though we extend the CCK form itself by using a widget that shows up on your CCK form, you don't really know the difference, but from a table structure perspective, that goes in the Quick2Cart tables. I hope that answers your question.
All right, Deb, let us know if you need more. Also Deb says yes, that does answer her question, so that's good. Are you planning on showing us the back end of Quick2Cart?
I am.
Okay. So let us know if some of these questions are best saved for then. But Ryan posted a question too. I use Community Builder and Jomwall.
Okay.
Do you have plans for integrating those products like you do with Jom Social?
Yeah, so besides Jom Social, we are also integrating with Easy Social and Community Builder. Jomwall integration is planned. So right now, Community Builder comes with its own activity stream as well. So we do integrate with that. And the Jomwall guys had contacted us a couple of months back about a Jomwall integration. So we definitely plan on adding that integration as well.
All right. You want a few more questions now, or you want to wait till the back end?
We can go ahead with the questions. That way, probably it will be more interactive.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Deb writes again, then the buying activities in the social integration. Can you have a user tweet or post to Facebook that they just bought product X with a link back to the product page?
Yes. So if you do a broadcast and Jom Social integration or a broadcast and CB integration, all the activities that are going in the native social network that you have. So for example, here I have the activity streams for Jom Social shown, but with broadcast, these activities can get synced directly to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So effectively, yes, you can do that. And we plan a direct broadcast integration as well. So even if you don't have Jom Social, Easy Social, or CB, and you still want product activities getting synced, the direct broadcast integration will offer that, but that's not there yet. But if you're Jom Social, Easy Social, or CB, then with the broadcast integration, you can do that now.
All right, very good. Octavio also says thanks. This came in a few minutes ago, but
okay.
I also need the paper of slides. I don't know what that means. Maybe
I think he wants the slides to be shared. So
yeah. So I posted a link to the YouTube channel in the chat for everybody to find a recording of this webinar later. Maybe, Parth, you can share your presentation with me, and I can embed that into the page where we put the recording.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm anyways going to upload it to SlideShare, so I'll just send you a link after that.
That's perfect. That's really great. A question from Deb again. For multi-vendor. Yeah. For multi-vendor support, can a customer buy products in one transaction from multiple vendors?
Yes, they can do that. All
right. And Deb says, excellent. So it looks like this is a good product for Deb. Jeff says, do you plan to support downloadable products? And if so, when?
Yes, that is planned, and that will come out in the December release.
Okay.
So that's next month, yeah.
Next month, Jeff. Ryan says, great, thanks. And Octavio posted, okay, so we'll get that presentation off a SlideShare, and I believe I can get that in a PDF through SlideShare.
Yes.
Okay.
That's right, yeah.
And Jeff says, wonderful. Richard writes, so this can work for donations. Now, I know we had our webinar scheduled for last week on JGive, which is your donations extensions, but we had some audio issues.
Yeah. So, right. So we'll be having, I guess we'll be having another webinar about that later. But this is really a typo here, so it needs to say transaction here. So JGive also supports similar structures with multi-users for donations, and maybe when we do the webinar on that, we can cover those issues.
All right, very good. Jeff says, much appreciated. No other questions at this point, so why don't you proceed with your demonstration?
Yeah, sure. So going ahead, so you saw right now how commissions would work in Quick2Cart Multivendor. Now let's go on to the next slide. So here are a few, now I'm going to run through these slides pretty quickly. These are pretty standard e-commerce features that we have here. So This is the native product manager. It allows you to categorize your product. You can set your product pricing. You can set attributes, you can add images and add videos, and set a few other details. So in case you're not using the CCK and you want to use a native product manager, this is what you can do with it. We also give you a rich text editor to make the product look nice. Then this is how it will look on the front end. So this is the multi-vendor display on the front end. So you'll see that you have category selections on the right hand side here, and you can also select the vendor on the right here. And here you are seeing the product display, and you can use the menu on the right hand side to filter out what you don't need or what you want to get to. Now this is what I was talking about to you guys when I was talking about the pricing information. So irrespective of what CCK you're using or whether you're using the native product manager, the attribute fields, the tab that you see for attribute information is always stored in Quick2Cart. And this allows you to do various type of attributes. So you can do a size, for example. You can set the attribute field type to select. It can be a compulsory or non-compulsory attribute. You can set positive or negative pricing based on that. And you can also order the attribute options to be depending on where you want it. And you can do multiple attributes as well, as you can see from here. So this gives you a lot of flexibility in defining the product. So let's look at a few more standard e-commerce features that Quick2Cart comes with. So we do stock and inventory support, which means that you can specify stock quantities for products, and these get automatically subtracted when a successful sale happens. We also do out-of-stock shipping support. So in case you want people to be able to order even if you're out of stock, you can enable that if you want, or you can disable it such that out-of-stock products are not made available at all. So that's up to you how you can set that up. We also support minimum maximum order quantity. So you might have some products that need to have some minimum order quantity. So let's say you have a product that's really small in volume, or it has a very small individual price. So you might need them to be ordered in bulk quantities of 10 or 20 or 30. So you can use the minimum and maximum order quantities to set that up. On the UI side, Quick2Cart is fully bootstrapped, both on the front end as well as back end, which means that it's very easy to style and it looks good out of the box. And hopefully that saves a lot of trouble to the UI people who will be templating it in any way they want. Then Quick2Cart also supports multiple currencies. So this is really a beta feature, but you can just put comma separated currencies and currency symbols, and you can get multiple currency support for Quick2Cart. Once you do this, all your product pricing and everything can be set up in multiple currencies as well. So once we go to the backend, probably I can show you how this works. Then on the checkout side, we support guest checkout as well as silent user registration. So you'll see that when you check out, you have an option to either register account or check out as a guest. And if you're a returning customer, you can also sign in. So that's pretty standard for e-commerce carts, and Quick2Cart has that by default. Then we also do some basic shipping support right now. If you don't need shipping for some of your products, for example, I think somebody asked a question about digital downloads right now, and we also have done a few implementations where the products were really $0 products. So they just needed to use Quick2Cart as a catalog and a inquiry system. So in that case, you don't really need shipping. So you can disable shipping if you don't want it. And the next version that's coming in December is also coming with some advanced shipping functionalities, which will let you scale shipping more easily. Then on the front end, we have a cart display module, which gives a quick snapshot of the user's current shopping cart status. And you can choose the format in how you want the cart to be shown. We have a compact format as well as a detailed format. The one on the left that you see is the compact one, and the one on the right is the more detailed format. So here is you can see the multi-currency operation of Quick2Cart, and you can switch currencies using this mode between whatever currencies you have available. And this is one of the less talked about features of Quick2Cart since it's been in beta, but we have been using it on production sites for almost 1.5 years now. So I guess it's safe to call it stable, but it's pretty powerful if you decide to use it. Then yeah, so this is another great feature about Quick2Cart, that it supports around 24 payment gateways out of the box using our common payments API, and that's a pretty big list, and that's all covered in the $29 subscription that we offer. So just to name out a few important ones, we have Amazon Payments, PayPal, 2Checkout, CC Avenue. You can check the full list. And just to be very, I mean, in addition to standard payment gateways, we also support point payment gateways. So if you're using Alpha User Points or Jom Social Points, you can use, people using your site can use that to pay you for the product. So you can set up a transaction rate in the payment plugins, and that can be used to make the payments. And just a small announcement here, that Joomla is coming out with an e-wallet extension for Joomla, which will let you basically manage money on your site with your own passbook like you have for your own bank. And Quick2Cart will also integrate with that in case you want to pay out of that. Then whether it's on the back end or whether you are a vendor who is using Quick2Cart from the front end, Quick2Cart has a very nice statistics dashboard where you can see a snapshot of all your sales and also a quick snapshot of what kind of sales you're doing and what your average orders are, what your last 5 orders are, etc. And you can always drill down to see where all that is coming from. So the screenshot that you see on your screen right now is for front end. So each vendor gets a dashboard like that, and he's able to see a quick snapshot of everything from here. Then on the order management and order management side, we give you order status filters. You can delete orders. You can do CSV export of all orders. So that's all pretty standard. You can also change the statuses manually in case one of your payment processors had some issues. And you have the option of notifying your users when you change the status. See right here. Then Quick2Cart does some extensive coupons management. We have a really flexible coupons manager, and you can do absolute as well as percentage value coupons and use additional parameters like maximum users per user, and validity dates. So with this, with all this, you can do a lot of exciting promotional coupons for your users. So what you see right now is the backend coupon manager, which is applicable throughout the site. However, if you're using multi-vendor, then what we do is that we completely disable the backend coupon manager, because you don't want the site offering discounts for products that the site doesn't really own. So if you're in multi-vendor mode, then the front-end coupon manager comes into action, and that's as flexible. And to answer some of your questions earlier, you said that can a user check out with products from multiple stores or from multiple vendors? And the answer to that was a yes. And what we do is that for coupons, whenever you are applying a coupon on the front end, then the coupon gets applied on a product item level rather than on a complete level. So even the coupon management is not affected, and vendors can issue their own coupon codes, and that doesn't really affect checkout in any way. So what you see right now is what you see below is really the front-end coupon manager, and on the top here is the back-end coupon manager. Then we right now don't have a very powerful shipping management system inbuilt, but that's coming in the next version. And currently we do offer a standard shipping plugin that lets you set a standard shipping fee. And we also offer a very flexible API. So in case you have a developer or you are a developer yourself, you can do complex shipping calculations pretty easily by writing a simple plugin. And the full shipping manager with location and weight-based calculation support is in the making, and it will come out in the next version. Then we also do taxation plugins for flexible tax calculations. Again, it's a very basic plugin right now, but again comes with a very strong developer API in case you want to extend that. And the tax manager will not probably come in the immediate next version, but that's planned for the version after that. Then order notification emails, which is pretty standard. Whenever an order is placed, an order notification email goes to the buyer as well as to the site, and in case you have multi-vendor on, then we basically split the product notification and email into 3 or 4 parts depending on how many products are being bought, and each vendor gets an each vendor gets an email for each of his products so that he can manage the shipping and stuff like that. So we also have some pretty cool features for site admins. So we do affiliate integrations. So there's nothing like a little cash to reward to entice your users to promote your product. So Quick2Cart integrates with iDev Affiliate, Post Affiliate Pro, and Viz Affiliate to help you give incentives for promoting your products. We also have a Google Analytics integration. So with that, you can do better tracking of your conversions and funnels right from within Google Analytics. And that's a pretty cool feature because we end up using that quite a bit, and we have found that that's pretty useful. Then the admins can do lots of filtering and ordering and all that with a standard bootstrap layout for the product manager as well as for all the ordering views. You can also search the products by name, and I mean this is all pretty standard for any kind of e-commerce system. Then as we showed you earlier, dashboards are another great feature of Quick2Cart, both on the front end and back end. I don't have a back end screenshot right now, but I'll show you that soon in the demo. So the last section is the developer cart, as we call it. So before actually going to that, let's switch to the demo, and then we can come back to this presentation. Ryan, while I set that up, are there any more questions?
Yeah, there are a couple questions. Octavio has posted questions about the translator, and I'm not sure. Octavio looks like it is in Portugal, or otherwise just needs translations for Portuguese.
Okay, so for, Portuguese translations for Quick2Cart, I think we might have some. Let me just quickly look that up and come back to you on that. So let me. So Octavio, just to let you know, all our products are. We basically use Transifex for all the translations. So typically, even if there is no translation available, we have a very good translators program that you can join. And if you want, I can share a link for you. So it looks like we don't have a Portuguese translation yet, but there is a partial translation that you can look up on Transifex and try and complete that. So if you want, I can send you a link for that.
Yeah, please pass that link on, and let's make sure that we show your coupon code here again before too long. Deb has a question. I noticed.
Absolutely.
Deb writes, I noticed the screenshot said price should be inclusive of taxes and shipping. Does this mean that there is no ability to do tax tables or calculated shipping charges yet in Quick2Cart? But then she writes that you answered the shipping question. So the question now is about
taxation. So,
right.
So Deb, the question really is that so if you're not using Quick2Cart in multi-vendor mode, then taxes and shipping is not an issue. But if you're using Quick2Cart in multi-vendor mode, basically we don't have product level taxation and shipping yet, which is what we require in multi-vendor mode. So that will come in the next version. But right now, if you're using it multi-vendor mode, then we recommend that you do inclusive product taxation and shipping pricing. That just keeps it simple for now. But we are going to add shipping and taxation support in multi-vendor in the next version.
All right. One more question for now, Deb. Hopefully that helps you out. Let us know if you need something else. Deb says thanks. One question from Ryan. When you're talking about all of these options, are these options that each seller vendor gets to modify on their own personal stores? In other words, can each seller vendor set their own options that are different from other users or even the site administrator?
That's right to an extent. So as I said, the coupons, yes, but shipping and taxation not yet, but that will come in the next version. So when I show you the demo, I think that question will be answered. I'll show you what all options are available on the front end to the vendor. So that should answer your question, I think.
All right. Hopefully that helps, Ryan. And that's it for now, Parth. So go ahead with your demonstration.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So let's start with the back end. I'll quickly run through the back end and then we can move on to the more exciting front end. So right now I'm in the Quick2Cart back end. You'll see that there's a standard dashboard here, and it shows the monthly income for the past 12 months, and it also shows the all-time order income right up here. If you go a little bit down below, you can also see, you can actually run reports and see periodic income in a specific set date, and you can see 7 not shipped orders. So this is an interesting report that we put here, because what happens is that when you're admin either on a multi-vendor site or on a single vendor site, you basically need to take action on non-shipped orders. So this report kind of helps you do that quickly. Then pending payouts is something that I'll come to when we talk about multi-vendor again, when I show you the demo for that. So then you have the orders view, which shows you all the details of all the orders that have come in. Then this is pretty standard. You can see the order details view once you click on each of the order details, and that shows you the complete details about the order. You can also change the status from in here if you want to. Then all the taxation and all the calculations are clearly marked on the checkout, so you can see them right down here. Then we have the coupons manager that we showed you, and this is the backend coupon manager. So right now you'll see that I don't have a new button because I have multi-vendor enabled, so I cannot create any new coupons right now because I'm in multi-vendor mode. I can't create it from the backend, but I could go to the front end and create a vendor specific coupon. So payout reports I'll just skip right now because I need to explain once again how the commissions work, and this is really related to that. So you have the category manager that's there on the back end, and then there's the product manager. So you already seen screenshots of this, so I don't really need to go in, but probably just a quick look. So this is the product manager. This is the native product manager. You'll see that there's a title, category. You can select what store it goes into in case you're using multi-store. You can set up a SKU, published, unpublished, a description. You can add multiple image files to create a small product photo gallery. You can set up a YouTube video link, set up the item stock, minimum order quantity, maximum order quantity, the price, and if there is a discount price. So right now I'm in single currency mode, so I only see a single currency pricing. If I'm multi-vendor, if I'm in multi-currency mode, then you'll see how that changes. So let's go to the options now, because I think that's key. So these are the global configuration options for Quick2Cart. You can choose whether you want to enable guest checkout or not. You can also force compulsory guest checkout without giving any option to register. You can choose whether you want to have shipping in the checkout or not. You can choose whether you want to display the quantity with the buy button on the front end. There is pop-up styling for the buy. So we have, I'll show this on the front end again. So we have two types of pop-ups when you click on add to cart. You can have a very compact pop-up, or you can have the full cart pop-up, and this is what that controls. You can choose if you want to load the bootstrap components or not, depending on what version of Joomla you're running. Then here are some options specific to the native product manager. So you can choose whether you want to enable multi-vendor or not. You can set up what commission the site wants to earn per transaction. You can also set up a number of store limit per user. So if you want each user to only have one store, you can just set this to 1. If you're okay with them having 4, you can just set it to 4 or 5 or whatever. Then these are some detailed configurations. For example, what should be the character count for the title and stuff like that. Then do you want to enable the editor, and or you don't want an editor and you just want a plain text area, you can set that up here. You can set up some pagination settings here. Then now this is a setting typically people do end up using quite a lot. So each vendor gets its own store homepage, as well as the entire store has its own homepage as well on the front end. And you can set up the counts for the products that are shown in different blocks there. So before I actually show you this, let's go to the front end, and that way you can see how that works. So what you see here right now is the multi-vendor view on the front end. And this is a standard view. We haven't set up all the modules, but you'll see that there's a Quick2Cart cart module that is there on the front end, and you'll see in categories here, and you also see the stores that are available. So I could now go into a specific store. So let's say I want to go to the store for the superstore. So let me go in there. So this is the store front end. So this is the store front end for this vendor and this specific store, and we also have the ability for the store to have a vanity URL, and that's something that the store vendor can set up if he wants. Now let me just show you a quick buy, and now the pop-up that you're seeing here is the full pop-up, and if you want you can also set it up to have a compact pack pop-up. So let's go back to the backend. Here is where basically we can show a featured product block, a top sellers block, and a store page products limit on this page, and this is where the controls for that are. So let's look at the product details page for this product, and you'll see that we do a little bit of cross sells and upsells here as well. So if you're looking at the Steve Heels product in the Superstore, you're seeing products from the same store here, and you're seeing products from the same category here. So this is where we are trying to do some cross sells, and these blocks you can enable, disable, and choose how many products you want shown there as well. So let's go down to the media settings, and these are basically media settings for how do you want the product size, product image size to be, and all this only affects the native product manager, mind you. So let's go on and see what other settings we have. So let's go on to product options. So you can choose whether you want to show the discount price field or not. You can also choose whether you want to basically enable stock keeping or not. Then you can choose whether you want to do out of stock shipping, and if you want to enable the maximum and minimum order quantity fields. On the payment side of things, you can set up a sales email. So these can be multiple emails separated by commas, and all the order emails that are going out can be sent to these emails if you set them up. If you want to do multi-currency, then you can do comma separated values here. And yeah, so in case you don't set this up, then the emails will go to the admin anyway. So if you want them to go to any specific emails other than that, you can use that. I don't think I have a pound sign here on my keyboard, but all right, so I'll just write something else. So basically, this is how you would set up multi-currency. So I can also do INR, for example, and let's say this is. And if you do this and save it, basically it will allow you to enter prices in multiple currencies if you want. Then you can choose multiple payment gateways as well, and so these are all the payment plugins that we have installed right now, and you can allow the buyer to use more than one depending on their choice. So one thing to remember about the multi-currency mode is that we don't automatically convert the prices. You have to enter prices in the multiple currencies that you're setting up, and I'll just quickly show you how that works. Yeah, so going on to the next option, we have a VAT registration number and VAT registration number for customers. So this is mainly for our European clients, so they need VAT invoices, and these settings basically help us generate those. Then there is a order ID setting where you can basically set up how you want the order ID to be generated, and this will basically allow you to have a lot of flexibility in how the order number is generated. So that's that from the configuration. Let me save this so you can see how the multi-currency works. Yeah, so this is zero price order. So if you want to allow people to place orders which don't have any value, or other products to have $0 prices, you can set this up. So this can happen in a few cases, and that's where you can use this. So I've got that saved now, and I'm going to go back to Quick2Cart. Yeah, so let's look at how the multi-currency would work. I'll go and add a product, and you'll see how that affects the pricing options. So you'll see here that where we had only $1 price, now I have to enter prices in dollars. This is supposed to be pounds, and this is rupees. So So let's say the price in dollars is 30, the price in pounds is 25, and the price in rupees is 1500. Yeah, the exchange rate is a lot. So that's how that would work. If I want to set up a discount price, let's say the discount price for the $30 unit is $26. The one for the GBP one is 20 pounds, and the INR one is 1200 rupees. So that's how you would set up multiple pricing. This also affects attributes. So if you're adding multiple attributes, then you have to add prices for the attributes in multiple currencies as well. So that's how the pricing and attributes would work in case of a multi-currency mode. So I'm going to switch off multiple currencies because on the front end the products that we have added for this demo don't have all the products pricing added in multiple currencies, and that would affect my ability to show you the demo correctly. So let me just switch back to a single currency mode. Alright, so let's go back. So on the front end, let's take a look at how I as a logged in user will act as a vendor basically. So I'm going to the vendors dashboard right now, and you'll see that from here I can create my own stores, I can manage my own stores, I can see a list of all my products, I can also add new products, I can see all my orders, I can also see the list of my customers, I can manage my own coupons. I think that's out of date bookmark, I need to check that link, and I can also look at the payouts that I have made. So let's take a look at how I would create a new store. So let's say I'm creating a new store for Joomla extensions, and I know digital downloads is not supported yet, but I'll just do that for the sake of the demo. I can also upload a logo if I want to, or rather I'll have to upload in this case. Then I can choose whether I want the payment made to be via PayPal. So I can set up my PayPal email here. So these payments are basically payouts that are made by the store owner to the, rather by the admin to the store owner, and this is my preference for that. If I set other, I can probably write transfer via bank. So note that right now these payouts are not automated. We used to have a PayPal MassPay integration for this. We still do in the trunk actually, but PayPal has stopped approving PayPal mass payment for these kind of sites, and that's the reason PayPal MassPay doesn't work anymore. And in the next version we have PayPal adaptive payments coming, which will kind of automate this process for you as well. So here's the vanity URL I can set up for the store if I want to, and then instead of a long URL I'll have my own short URL there. So that's my store, it's set up and I'm ready to add my own products. I can use this form to add the new products. Let's say Quick2Cart. That's gonna go in the shoes category. I'll set up in the, I'll put it in the Joomla extension store. I'll set up a SKU. I'll set up a short description. I'll choose a product image. I can also add multiple, but I don't have any handy right now, so I'll just skip that. If I have a YouTube video, I can set that up. I can set up the stock, minimum quantity, maximum quantity, and the pricing. So this is the pricing, and let's say the discounted pricing is this much. I can save and close and save and new if I want to do multiple additions at a time as well. So that's it, the product is saved. So if I go to products, view products, I'll be able to see all my products, and so these will include all the products that I own, And if I want to only see the products by my extension store, this is how I would look at that. So that's the front end. And now the main part of the demo. So this was mainly the multi-vendor demo. And let's take a look at how it would look, how basically it looks with CCKs. So I have a few products set up here with the native Joomla content manager, K2 as well as Zoo. So let me just quickly go to Joomla featured products here. So what you see here, this section is coming completely from Joomla. And this part here, the price and the quantity and all that, that's coming from Quick2Cart. Same way down here, you'll see that this section up here is coming from Joomla content, and this widget here is adding the buying facility. So that's Joomla content. Let's take a look at Zoo products. So you can also set up a buy on this page as well if you want to. That's just a Zoo element that we have made available that you can just put in the Zoo template. So right now I only put it on the product details page, and here you go, you have it working with Zoo. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. So with Zoo, you'll see that I have got ratings, I have got the sharing widget, I have got a customer feedback, the comment form that is there. So all this is coming out of Zoo without you needing to do any great product development on the product management side. So with Zoo and K2 and all these great CCKs, you get such a lot more flexibility, and those kind of features can help you build your shop. So the next thing that I'm showing is the K2 product manager. And let's take a look at this product. So same thing like Zoo, you can also set up the Quick2Cart widget on the category landing pages as well. And right now I think we have the plugin unpublished, that's why we are not seeing that right now. But basically just make sure that the K2 content plugin is published, and once that's published, you'll basically see the Quick2Cart widget up here. The error you see here is basically the YouTube video. So we have YouTube disabled on this network. That's why we are not able to see that right now. So let's go back to the backend and see how the CCK integration works with the carts. So before I do that, again, any specific questions or anything specifically you want to see, Ryan, you can start pushing that to me.
Yeah, we do have a number of questions showing up. Start with one from Ryan. Ryan says, again, these are global settings, or he's asking, are these global settings, or can each seller set these for themselves?
Yeah, so the global options that that I showed you a little while back, these are really global settings. All these are not overrideable by the seller right now, but that's something that will come in future versions. So ideally, going forward, every single setting that is there in the backend, vendor will be able to override it from the front end. Well, I wouldn't say every single one. For example, the product commissions and things like that would still stay on as admin settings, but stuff like, I mean, again, probably currency and settings like that will still be governed by what the admin allows, and probably the vendor will be able to choose something out of that. But as of now, there is no real vendor control on those as yet.
All right, very good. Hopefully that helps. Anne-Marie posted a question. The $sign is after the price. Can that be moved to the front of the amount with an option somewhere?
Yes, it can be. So you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that will happen. Yeah.
Okay. Ryan says, okay. Ryan also writes, did I see alpha user points as a payment processor? Does that mean that buyers can use earned points to buy items?
Correct. They can.
All right.
They can also use alpha user points, and they can use Jom social points as well.
Okay, very good. And Richard posted a question. Can you explain the vanity URL a little bit more? What is a vanity URL?
Sure. So with the vanity URL, I don't have SEF set up here, but the way it will work is that so let's say you have a store called Tech Joomla, then your vanity URL would look like something like this. So this is basically your vanity URL. Does that answer your question? So you'll need to have SEF set up for this.
Okay. I think so. Richard, let us know if you need anything more. Praveen asks, when can we expect to have support for digital downloads?
Again, as I answered a little bit earlier, that will come in a release that's coming in December.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Cool. And one more question. Right now, Kurt posted, do the CCKs have separate tax tables and shipping APIs? If they do, then will Quick2Cart display those fields?
If you're basically using, so I guess your question is that you have set up a dynamic field which is dynamically displaying shipping products on the fields on, using the CCK, then we are not really tampering with anything that the CCK is displaying, so that will obviously still get showed. But if you want Quick2Cart to use that, that might need a little bit of work on the Quick2Cart end, so that if you want me to use if you want us to pick up the dynamic pricing based on, let's say, the shipping, then that might just need a little bit of work, though it won't be a lot.
All right, a couple more questions. Kurt, hopefully that answers yours. Would you like to answer questions now or save some?
We can go ahead. So if you want, I'm just on the Zoo page right now, so that because he had a question related to CCKs, so let me quickly answer that.
Okay.
Show you a demo of that. So right now you'll see that I'm on the Zoo content addition page back on the backend here, and what you see on the left hand side are all the Zoo fields or elements. Depending on what the CCK is, it might be called fields or elements, and you'll see that we have a lot of fields up here, and typically the fields that Kurt is talking about will be elements, and these might be coming dynamically or from wherever. So Quick2Cart basically adds a box right here on the right, and these are the fields that basically Quick2Cart basically uses for pricing and stuff like that. So you'll see that the item field is something that is linked to the Zoo title field, and that's basically always copied. So with what Kurt wants, you could do a field which basically just copies stuff from the Zoo element, so that's completely possible. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Kurt, hopefully that helps.
But that would need a little bit of development, so yeah.
Okay. And Deb posts, can you explain how the payment process works for multi-vendors? Does each vendor set up their own payment method, or is there one payment method for the store?
There is one payment method for the store, so just quickly going back to the presentation here. Remember the diagram that I'd shown you. Let me just quickly go back to that. Yeah, here we go. So you'll see what's happening here is that the payment is basically goes to the site first. So you have a standard single payment gateway for the site, and this could be anything you want. And the payment will first go to the site, and then basically the admin will use our payouts manager. I'll show you a demo of that in a minute. He can basically, the payouts manager keeps track of what the dues are for each store, or rather for each vendor, after cutting the commission that is owed to the site. So all the money is going to the site's bank account first, and the admin is then paying it out to the individual owners. And once we have PayPal adaptive, that will happen instantly. So this split that you see right now, that's happening manually with the admin paying out the vendor, but with PayPal adaptive, that will happen instantly as soon as the payment is made. PayPal adaptive is again coming in the version that we are coming out in December. And we do have an automated method. So if any of you guys already have a PayPal mass payments account, then you can just send me an email or put it out on Twitter, and we can give you the automated code that we have. That it's just one more view in Quick2Cart that lets you automate these payments back to the vendors with PayPal mass checkout, PayPal mass pay, sorry. But since PayPal has stopped giving out these accounts anymore, we have kind of removed that view from Quick2Cart for now. But with PayPal Adaptive, that will soon be available to everybody, irrespective of whether you have mass payments or not. So does that answer the question as to how the payment is routed?
Yeah, Deb says good, thanks. So I think so. And
Okay.
one more question for now from Ryan. Can they use points in cash, i.e. multiple payment options in one transaction? Say they don't have enough points to buy an item, can they finish the payment with PayPal, for example?
Not right now, not right now. But with the wallets extension that we are coming out with, that will be possible. So right now, PayPal and Alpha User Points and John Social Points and 2Checkout, let's say, are 4 different payment gateways. You cannot use 2 payment gateways to complete one transactions right now. And exactly to solve that problem, we are coming out with a new extension called as e-wallet for Joomla. And with that, it will become possible.
All right, cool. So, yeah, Ryan says great, thanks. Sounds like we're good to go. Is there more to your presentation today?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
I'll just quickly continue with that. Yeah. All right. So finally coming to the last part of the presentation, which is the developer card. And we use Quick2Cart this way in quite a few of our service projects that for the applications and sites that we build for our customers. We have seen that a lot of our customers want something really custom in terms of checkout, but they are not really. It's not really a full cart. They're just selling something else that doesn't really warrant a cart. So we built a common payments API and released it generally free for Joomla at last year's Joomla World Conference. And the next obvious step was to basically provide a full checkout that could plug on to anything else. I mean, so that if you were a developer, you could sell practically anything you wanted without writing the code to do the checkout for that. So Quick2Cart has been built to be flexible enough to allow developers to use it to sell practically anything. We have really awesome APIs where you can plug in the Quick2Cart checkout on top of any flow that you practically might have. And I'll just quickly run you through those APIs. I'm not sure if we have any developers with us right now, but this section is purely for developers. This is not something you can do without code, but everything else prior to this is something that's just available out of the box in Quick2Cart. So hook, plug and play. So we have an API to create stores on the fly. You can create products on the fly. You can also add products to the cart on the fly. We have extensive API hooks and event triggers to do pre and post processing. So pre-processing to add to cart, post-processing to add to cart, pre-processing to checkout, post-processing to checkout. We have hooks everywhere. So with that, you can really extend Quick2Cart in a lot of ways. It's built using native Joomla MVC, which means you can easily extend and override everything that can be overridden. And so there is a big developer focus in the architecture behind Quick2Cart, and if you're a developer out there who wants to avoid writing all that code again, you should look into Quick2Cart on how it can help you do that. So going on to the next slide, what's next with Quick2Cart? So that's going to answer a lot of questions out there. The next version will come out with digital products and downloads, better shipping manager, PayPal adaptive payments, search with the native product manager, user entry attributes for products like printing on t-shirts. So for example, if you want to sell a t-shirt right now, Quick2Cart doesn't support user entry attribute. For example, on the t-shirt you want your name printed, so user entry attributes like that are not supported right now. Next we have PDF invoicing. So right now invoices are HTML sent via email and something that you can print off the screen, but we are also supporting PDF invoicing in the next version, and then we are also integrating Sobi Pro for it's another CCK that will be supporting from the next version on. So if we have any questions, we can turn to that, or if you want to see any specific part of the demo, I can do that for you now.
Yeah, sure. Jeff posted a question. When is the e-wallet coming out?
E-wallet should be out, I mean, if we can spare the time, probably in December, but uh, positively in January.
Okay, Jeff, hopefully that helps. And Ryan posted a question. From a user-developer perspective, which CCK do you prefer and why?
Uh, right now we are building a lot of stuff with Zoo because that's really easy for our end customers because they can, I mean, right down to editing their templates and stuff, they can do things with that. If it's really something simpler, then we end up using K2. We have also used Sebelord for some really complex implementations, but if if your end user is going to be not very technical, Sebelord can be daunting. So if you're looking at kind of a sweet spot, then Zoo is a good thing to go with.
All right, very good. Ryan says, great, thanks. And Dev says, can you use Zoo with multi-vendors?
Not right now, but with the next version you can. So right
Okay.
now, just to answer that question, you can't use CCKs with Multivendor right now, but the December version will support that.
All right, folks, let us know if you have any other questions. I'm just going to get to Twitter here, and no questions on Twitter left, and no questions in GoToMeeting. So let us know if you have any other questions. Parth, would you mind showing us that coupon code again quickly?
Absolutely, absolutely. So this is the coupon code.
Very good. CAWeb20, 20% off. Tech Joomla extensions for the next 48 hours. Excellent. Very good. Parth, I'm going to steal the presentation back at this point. We might pass it back to you if we have another question, though, okay?
Sure, sure.
All right. So everybody should be able to see my screen at this point, and this is our YouTube channel, youtube.com/cloudaccess. We have over 7,000 subscribers, and if you do subscribe to our channel, you'll get a notification anytime we have a new video tutorial available. So if you scroll down here later today to our special Joomla webinars playlist, you're going to find the Quick2Cart webinar available for review. We'll also create a landing page on our site for that with Parth's presentation. I'll show you where to find that in just a moment. I also want to show you Tech Joomla's homepage, and this is where you can browse through all of their free and paid products, and you can read their blog, find support, go to their forum. I think their forum, Parth, isn't the forum the best place to go to for support?
For support, we recommend using the paid ticket system. The forums is basically for community support.
Okay.
So if you want to reach the developers directly, then getting a subscription and contacting us via the support system is the best way to reach us really fast.
Very good. I also know that you can reach them on Facebook if you'd like to send a message via Facebook. And you can also get to us on Facebook if you like. Facebook.com/CloudAccess. We have 2,000 likes as of this morning, so that's kind of cool. Also, just a reminder, you can always visit our site at CloudAccess.net and launch a free demo trial of Joomla and install Quick2Cart or any extension. And each of those demo trial sites, again, active for 30 days. You can upgrade to a paid hosting package at any point in time during that demo trial and get our insane support where you can talk with us one-on-one on the phone as well. So I just want to point out that if you come to training and come to Joomla webinars, we only have 2 upcoming special Joomla webinars, and they're just about using core Joomla. We have an upcoming 3.2 webinar, Learn the Basics of 3.2. This is Monday from 11 to 1 p.m. This is a 2-hour webinar, and then a Learn the Basics of Joomla 2.5. We're doing these because we have a new dashboard. I'm going to go ahead and log into my client area here and show off our new dashboard just a little bit. This is the Cloud Control Panel. If you do host your Joomla sites with Cloud Access, the Cloud Control Panel helps you manage all of your Joomla instances, all of your support tickets, all of your invoices and all of your domains in one location here. So for instance, if I can select my site here. These are all basically webinar sites or practice development sites. I can upgrade a demo site to a paid hosting package. I can log directly into Joomla, access server information. I can get application information or FTP, MySQL access info. I can manage security for my site, enable access logs. I can create my own backups and download backups to my computer. I can transfer the service, request a cancellation, change my domain names, and a number of other things. I can also launch a new product. So by clicking on the new product here, I can launch a new demo trial site. So a number of things can be done through our new control panel, and that's really the reason for our webinars on learning the basics of Joomla 2.5 and 3.0, so we can illustrate our new dashboard, our new cloud control panel, and the checkout process, and all of that. So let's see. Anne-Marie says thank you, and Richard says thanks, Parth and Bernie, for a great presentation. And just one moment here. Parth, I want to say thank you to you as well.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot, everyone, for attending. And you can also like our Facebook page as well. And hopefully you'll be able to use the discount code too.
Yeah, please come to TechJoomla or facebook.com/TechJoomla. I'm going to like them right now. So I am number
That's awesome.
1224. And let's see, Ruth did post one final question. You may want to let him know my question offline. Okay, so I submitted a pre-sales question through a support section right after last week's webinar. That didn't happen. Okay. So
Okay.
Ruth posted you a question.
I'll get back to you, Ruth, on that. We have a few of those pending, and I'll just get those cleared right away. Thanks a lot for emailing us.
All right, and Praveen, Ryan, Jeff, and Ryan, they're all posting thank yous for hosting a great webinar. Jeff says, TechJoomla is awesome as usual. Thanks. And Ryan says, thank you, Parth. Your products are amazing. So,
thanks a lot, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, we appreciate it. I know we're going to want to reschedule that JGive webinar here shortly. And
yeah.
Thanks again, Parth, and everyone. Thank you for attending. Good luck developing your Joomla site. And feel free to attend any of our webinars in the near future.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks a lot, CloudAccess, for hosting this for us.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Thanks. Bye.